Beautiful girls all over the world.
Yes, you know me. This is B.o.B, a.k.a. Bobby Ray, a.k.a. Who Is That Guy, a.k.a. His album drops May 25th. And this is 97.1 AMP Radio.
LA's new 97.1 AMP Radio. Today, B.o.B joining us in studio. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
All right, yeah.
It's nice to have you.
Sounds awesome.
B.o.B, first thing that comes to mind for me is bombs over Baghdad. What does it mean?
B.o.B, it's an acronym, but it's not a one acronym type of name. I go by many different names. Bobby Ray, Bob, Brett Favre. No, I'm just joking. But I mean, for what I can say on the air, there's never been one better. There's never been one before. Books over bullets.
Books over bullets
Maybe,
could work. So it could just mean anything you really want it to mean at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
AKA Bobby Ray. You just put out the mixtape. 525 came out. Huge downloads.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about working on the mixtape?
On the mixtape was something that I really wanted to put out a project to carry over into the album, which comes out May 25th. And I treat mixtapes like albums because nowadays it's hard to get people to buy albums. So you really have to just give them away. And on this album, Kanye West produced a track on it. I got Charles Hamilton, Asher Roth, Playboy Trey. I got who else on there? J. Cole. Me and J. Cole did a song. So it's pretty much an album to me, really.
So what's the big difference for some people who listen or who are watching this between a mixtape and then an actual album? Because I mean, like you said, you treat it like an album. Why isn't that just an album?
Well, the thing about me is, I've over the past 3 years, I've put out like 6 mixtapes, and I treat them all like albums. But at the same time, a mixtape, you have a little bit more freedom, and you have a lot more room to say stuff that you can necessarily put on the album.
Right.
But at the same time, I've gained a lot of fans through the mixtape scene and just through online blogs and internet and so for the album, I still want to kind of keep that element that people fell in love with from the mixtapes.
And you've been doing this for a long time, like you said, 6 mixtapes. You're 21.
Yep.
And in high school, let's talk about high school. Let's go back to high school. That's where you actually got signed.
Yeah,
right.
I was
17. Yeah, I mean, I was fat and couldn't talk to girls. You're making albums. Like, how did that happen?
Well, it was something I always wanted. I always wanted to do, and it really takes you a while to get to the point to where you actually understand the ropes. It really just takes time to understand the ropes and how it works, and that's really what I got an early start. Fortunately, even when I was 15, I sold my first beat, and that kind of introduced me into the game and how the way the business works. It's different when you're just having freestyle battles in the bathroom and doing open mics at your high school, and when you're really trying to make it a career.
And you kind of had your big break at T.I.'s club.
Yep, Club Crucial.
And tell us about that night and how it's kind of changed since then.
That night was basically, here's the thing. When I performed that night, it was really an impromptu type of performance because the song I performed, which is Cloud 9, Cloud 9 was the first song I ever came out with solo. And, I went in the club and, it's kind of like down south open mic night. So, it's got club bangers. Every song's hey.
Okay.
So Cloud 9 is it's laid back, smokers, melody type of thing. So I get on the stage, I sit down, they dim the lights. And I'm not even, this is an open mic. There's no exquisite sound guy or lighting guy, but somehow it's just magical. I sat down, I lit up a Black and Mild. They dimmed the lights, they turned on the smoke machine, and it was from that point on, it was everything has just been surreal. And the crowd loved the song. They gave me a standing ovation. I did an encore. And that was the Cinderella story. That's when that began on that night.
And did T.I. come up to you afterwards?
He actually wasn't in the club, but
okay.
We were talking a lot with T.I. and just the people over at Grand Hustle before I got signed. So eventually, that's how that joint venture came about.
And now track Nothing on You, which you can hear on AMP Radio. Awesome song. Like you said, you got soul, you're creative, you're talented, you're you can play piano, guitar, you can sing. Really a talented artist. Tell us about Nothing on You.
Nothing on You is a song. Basically, every guy's had to tell his girl, look, don't worry about these other chicks. They're just, they're just eye candy. They have nothing on you. And, it's pretty much that. It's pretty much like the reassurance. So, who can't relate to that?
Man, it's a good time for it to come out, too. Valentine's Day around the corner.
Oh, yeah. That's I definitely get points for that. This
I'm sure you do.
Day.
Are you a single man for the ladies that want to know?
I'm a happy man.
Okay, so you're taken care of.
Yeah.
Also coming up here, we have Coachella.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever been to Coachella?
No, but I've heard
madness.
about it.
It is crazy.
It's just, I love it.
Have you ever been to any kind of outdoor festival?
South by Southwest.
Okay, that's another one.
When I went to South by Southwest, it was I think 2008. 2008. And I fell in love with it. I was like, I'm home. This is where I need to be.
Right.
And it was like what I wanted to do because South by Southwest, they incorporate a lot more hip hop into the show now, and I kind of cross over every genre. Into every genre. So it's something to where the people are open-minded enough to really enjoy the music.
Right.
So, Coachella, I'm excited to see.
I mean, you're a fan of like all music, rock.
Yeah.
What are some bands that you're into right now on the rock side?
Muse and the Gorillaz are actually
which are both playing
there. I listen to a lot of Coldplay, a lot of Foo Fighters, John Mayer, Man, Led Zeppelin is my favorite band. Like one of my I can't say my favorite. One of my favorites. Yeah.
Are we gonna hear a sort of kind of hip hop and rock influence on the album? Since you do kind of are fans of all these different genres,
you'll hear reggae, rock, folksy, country, hip hop. Yeah, you hear everything. And it's impossible to really just have a narrow spectrum of music because I just really can't. I really get bored with everything, so I can't just do just hip hop, just down south rap, just rock, just it's everything.
Did you produce a lot of this album yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that difficult to do?
Nah, well, when you know what you want, it's difficult. If I was just making beats just to be making beats, like to sell them,
right?
It's difficult. But when you actually get an idea and you know what you want to do, then and that's pretty much why I produce. I'm not really like a producer, who wants B.o.B on the track. B.o.B. Bring the pin.
I like it, though. That could be cool. All right, B.o.B. Presents The Adventures of Bobby Ray, which is coming out May 25th.
Yes.
Coachella, which is coming up in April
18th.
April 18th.
Yep.
You playing night 3?
Night 3. I'm just gonna go just to go. Like
you gotta go and do it, and you got to do it like VIP style, because I mean when you go out and like the bathroom lines are crazy, you need tons of water, so just make sure you're taken care of.
So let me ask you a question. Like what should I really tell me the really good stuff to be prepared for and the really bad stuff? Like, what do I need to watch out for?
I would bring plenty of water. You need to make sure you're hydrated. It's gonna be like a culture shock. There's so much creative stuff going on there between the arts and the music. It's just gonna, I don't know. It's just gonna be. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
Just give your time to go see everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of bands there.
And there's a lot of bands playing.
It's a lot.
So, I mean, take your time, plan it out well, kind of map out which stages you want to go to so you can see the bands and stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone else, go see B.o.B. Coachella. Album coming out May 25th. Anything else you want to tell us before you get out of here?
Go to BOBATL.com, myspace.com/BOBATL. No spaces, no periods, just Bob ATL. I'm also doing a free online concert February 18th. Which is actually next week.
Right.
So I'm getting ready for that. I'm performing with Goody Mob on their reunion tour on the East Coast in Atlanta and North Carolina. And other than that, the album comes out May 25th. And download the single on iTunes. People buy the music.
Are you on the tweets? Are you tweeting?
Mixtapes. Yeah, I'm on Twitter.
What's the Twitter?
Twitter.com/BOBATL.
Okay.
How'd I forget that?
I don't know, man. You got to make sure you're up on it. McCabe971 for everyone else. Follow me, too. All right, B.o.B., thanks for stopping by. 97.1 Amp Radio. Pick it up. B.o.B.
Bob.
Would be wasted